The pro-Joe Biden CNN presenter Don Lemon has once again showed his own political bias against anyone who is not left-wing, this time on the Republican presidential candidates. This is absolutely fascinating what's been going on in America with the upcoming, the next presidential election. We already have the debate getting heated in the mainstream media. I wonder who is actually still watching CNN at this point. But Don Lemon, who is he's a prince of CNN basically. He's untouchable. He could not get cancelled. He could do whatever he wants, and he's been proactively backing all the lefties. And I'm going to show you what he said on their own channel on CNN about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, the ally to Donald Trump, who is actually herself is now going to be running for president. And you know, people might disagree or agree with her policies on the political right, on the Republican side. She's got her own base, and of course the others who are not neocon like her, they don't like her. But she's also in favor of small government and all the usual stuff, conservative values. That aside, there was this discussion on CNN about the mental competency tests, about the age factor. As you can see, the actual title is the age factor. They were discussing whether Nikki Haley is too old. She's in her 50s, by the way. She's in her 50s. Compare her to Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. This is what Don Lemon said.
This whole talk about age makes me uncomfortable. I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
Whoa. Okay, Mr. Lemon. Let's back this up for a second, because you say she's now too old, and he says my evidence. I googled. Google is my source, and Google says that the woman in prime is in her 20s to 30s, maybe 40s. Well, we did that. Look at this. When is a woman in her prime? And Google said a woman. It says often is in their late 30s to early 40s, but can extend far into their 50s. So even on this basis, he's talking nonsense. But it continues.
Agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
You need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for childbearing, or are you talking about prime for being president?
What the facts are. Google it. Everybody at home. When is a woman in her prime? It says 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm just saying Nikki Haley should be careful about saying that politicians are not in their prime, and they need to be in their prime when they serve, because she wouldn't be in her prime according to...
Oh my God. Okay, first things first, Don Lemon. Google said something else, so you were even wrong about that, your evidence. Secondly, that, as the other woman said, that mostly applies to the childbearing age issue, not really to become a president. You have to be 36, I believe, then to even become 26, 36 to actually even become president. But you can't even do. Oh, it makes no sense why there's so much idiocy right now in the mainstream media. When if he's so worried about age that you're now too old to stand for the presidency, why did you back Joe Biden? Why is your best friend Joe Biden president and you're very, very happy about it? Why was it that you proactively became a cheerleader for this woman, Hillary Clinton? She's old, especially compared to, in your standards, because apparently she's not in her prime. So that's what he says. In fact, I want politicians to actually be beyond the prime, because they have to have wisdom. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to Joe Biden. Age doesn't give you wisdom by nature, but that's usually the case. You can't really have Greta Thunberg in her age becoming president, because it makes absolutely no sense. She's got no life experience or anything, or any basic hardship. But don't attack the Republican candidates just because she's in her 50s and you at the same time backing Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton at the same time. It's just showing the political bias of the outlets like CNN, who still pretend to be impartial and objective. How is that even possible? Why is no one calling this out? I don't understand. Anyway, we have our own problems in this country to deal with. I just thought we could take a quick break from British politics for a second to talk about the other clowns in the circus that is the American media. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.